Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Ride or Dice. You don't get a warning anymore. We're just expecting you to be on point every moment of the morning.
Yep.
No.
Okay, we're ready. Let's
we're
go,
back.
Coach.
Your favorite D&D show on the internet. DN show? Did I say DN show? Your favorite DN show.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, we are back.
Yeah, we'll expect to be on point, Dakota.
sorry. I got distracted by having to bring you guys in. So this week we're gonna pick things right back up where we left them off after our party got into a harrowing fight, making their way to the top of the Black Citadel, avoiding a couple of very close encounters with probably their most powerful enemy that they've made since arriving in the Forbidden Lands, the Lich known as the Green Lord. However, with the use of some clever perception and intuition, our party members were able to defeat the Lich by destroying his phylactery, somehow creating a sequence of events that they had no idea would work, but ended up being something that would destroy the Lich's phylactery.
Spoilers, Dakota. We didn't know that was his philactery.
Sorry, apologies.
We thought it was his magic knife.
MVP to Saren with all those counters.
Counterspelled many times.
Holy shit. That's never going to happen. Like, we're never going to succeed that many times again. Ever.
The really clutch one was the meteor swarm. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and pick things right back up where we left off. After No has gone through his transformation, saved Garm's life, the mystical Athame has been destroyed by the party. And with that, No fell unconscious after very nearly maiming Garm. He falls unconscious. No, for your part, you awaken in a vast wasteland of gray dust and bone shards sticking out of the ground.
Well, this is different.
You find yourself at a cross. A path made up of different weapons lying broken and discarded on the ground, with 4 very clear paths leading off from this central point with which you've found yourself. From 3 of these paths, you see these hooded figures approaching you, cloaked in shadows as they approach. You feel a sense of trepidation and unease. As they get closer, these humanoid figures take on monstrous shapes, one of them transforming into a huge serpent-like creature, another transforming into a massive raptor, and finally one transforming into a large reptilian creature that approaches you as well. These forms...
When you say raptor, do you mean like
a bird
raptor?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So not like a
velociraptor.
dinosaur.
No. These figures approach just beyond the edge of your vision. A monster over you, standing hundreds of feet tall. You know them. And you feel a sense of guilt. You feel their anger, their hatred, their betrayal towards you. And then there's a bright flash of light above you. The sky turns from this dull, dark black color to a bright, searing red, as the world erupts in flames. And then you awaken. You awaken to your friends standing over you at the top of the tower.
You good,
Gently
buddy?
shaking you back.
No? Are you all right?
Okay, I know I've been gone a while, but what the fuck was that?
I'm gonna dig in my bag for like a snack of some kind, like a granola bar, and I'm gonna give him a piece of my ration and just like, you need something to eat, buddy? You wanna here you go. Here. Make you feel better. You good?
I'm just gonna sit there for a bit.
Azario, how are you doing? Got a little beat up there.
I'm fine, but again, what the hell was that?
I think it probably best to let Noah explain in his own words when he feels comfortable doing so. I also wouldn't really know what to say in the first place.
It's something that will help him solve. That's what it is.
Is the is the teleporter marking still there?
It is.
Or are we just like stuck up here?
It is still there.
You're gonna jump.
Uh, I'm gonna gather what arrows I can, which I imagine are probably none, considering the necromancer spent a lot of the time off of the tower and was a ghost. But so I will look in vain for arrows.
Give me an
And
investigation check.
yeah, it's in vain. That's a 5.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I will gather the remnants of my dignity in my failed search, and I'll start heading towards the teleportation circle.
Cool.
I'd like to look around for stuff.
Give me an investigation check.
Yep.
You got the gold sniffer out and about?
First roll of the night, looking good.
Yeah.
20, dirty.
Ooh.
Nice. Up here seems to be more of a ritual area. You don't find too much of any inherent value aside from near the top of the monolith as the whole structure sort of shattered. Down from the top came a glass orb, which hit the ground with enough force that it should have shattered it, but instead, it simply rolled off.
Yeah, is it there? Is
It
it
is.
hanging out? I'd like to take my cloak and carefully pick it up with the cloak off.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is mine now.
Crystal ball?
Maybe. I don't know, but I figure, we'll probably sit down for a bit at some point. I'll look at it. I'll see what's going on with it. They just tuck that in my bag.
Okay.
What's
Should we?
I know you said this last time, but I don't remember the exact status. But what is left of the liches, summonings and creatures?
So the bats that flew around the tower all sort of like dropped down to the ground below. The banshees seemed to have been absorbed into him. And around the city, all of the undead that seem to have been patrolling, the undead giants that were watching the tower, all appear to have fallen down as well. Whatever magic was holding them aloft has been destroyed.
Well, I suppose we should start making our way back out then.
I did want to take possibly a closer look inside the tower for like a personal room or anything like that that might have some more, I don't know, artifacts or clues to the surrounding location or anything like that.
I think that is a good idea. We did even look for perhaps the key to the. Sorry, I'm going a lot. The key to the teleporter that is nearby. We talked about maybe him having the key for it and holding on to it, just like we found the other key in his little summer home.
Yeah.
You know?
Worth taking a look around for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Did we see Saren pick up a big crystal ball?
Were you trying to be stealthy about it, Sarah?
No.
Okay, great. Then yes.
Was that big enough?
I assume that the large indestructible crystal ball is probably the key to the teleporter.
I'm just holding it. Does it look like the other one?
It does not. That one was more stone than it was glass.
Was it the same size?
This one is much smaller. The other one was like basketball sized, and this one is more. I don't even know what a good analogy is. It's
This
smaller
one is
than that.
more orb pondering size.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, it might be.
Pondering orb.
Let's keep a
Oh,
lookout in case there's one that looks a little more like the previous one. But that being said, it doesn't necessarily need to be identical. You're right. This could be it.
We do also have another way to go, if we remember, friend.
We don't
There's another
remember.
teleporter.
Oh yes. Hopefully it doesn't lead to a death trap.
Oh,
That was
right.
out of character, by the way. It's just
Oh, I bet
So
it-
do you want to head down a floor and start searching out again?
We'll just send No down it again. What could go wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding. We're not.
Yeah, he is in a position to just.
Yeah, it's a good time to do that. He's not stressed out at all.
He's got nothing going on.
He's fine. I'm gonna eat some hummus,
Alright.
so I'm gonna mute myself.
You
Because
scooch down the floor and start looking around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
All right, so you guys go back to the floor that you previously came from.
Okay. I suppose the other teleporter is probably the first place to investigate. I'll do it. Why not?
Cool.
Alright, Reggie's gonna hop on over to the other guy over here.
Yeah.
The Serial will go with.
Oh, real quick. While we were climbing up here and you described how to do that spell message, I learned to do it. So if you want to message me, I can message you back, or I can message you. We have walkie-talkies.
Wow, what changed in the past 20 minutes?
I just got suddenly very inspired.
Yes. The
right,
level
so
up I completely
Reggie and
remembered.
Asariel are going up. Is that right?
Yep.
Yes.
You guys head on up to the third floor. And as soon as the light from the teleporter fades, you see the what looks like ritual chamber from one of the mirrors before. You see the large cloaked statue with holding the grim scythe, a raised stone platform, these massive pillars of bones that have that flank the sides of this chamber, and on top of the stone platform, you see both a large ritual circle filled with what looks like blood, and an altar upon which you see, even from this distance, you see a couple of scraps of paper.
always blood with these guys.
Well, this is horrifying.
I'm gonna. So I'm gonna try to move towards like the most central part of the room, if I'm not there already.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Awesome. So you cast Detect Magic. What's the range on that? 30 feet,
I
60
think
feet?
30. Let me double check.
It's 30.
Cool.
Thank you.
This entire room kind of radiates with a very soft aura of magic. The platform in front of you, in particular, gives off a very strong pulse of magic.
The platform does.
Correct.
And there was what looked like paper on the altar. You said.
Yes.
Unless Reggie wants to, I'm gonna go check that out.
Cool.
That's fair. Reggie's gonna probably pop over to one of these doors and just see if he can hear anything on the other side.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. So as you approach the platform, you can see that there's this line of black candles that surrounds both the stairs and the more steep edges of it. In order to actually get into the middle of the circle, you would have to cross that line. Do you wish to?
We should probably investigate more before messing with the candles.
Yeah.
I'll investigate the other door.
Okay.
Opposite of Reggie.
Reggie, give me a perception check.
Okie dokie.
I wonder
DM.
if they're safe. I wonder if maybe they're dead and that's why they haven't told us anything or come back to get us.
I'm assuming so. While they're gone, can I look around the teleporter room, see if there's any stuff?
Just gonna leave.
Just take off.
Yeah.
We'll meet you all back in Apollos. Don't worry.
Give me an investigation check, Saren, and hold on to it for me. Reggie, what was your perception check?
Was an 18.
18. You don't hear the sounds of any living creature. Not that you would expect to hear the sounds of a living creature in this place. You do hear the sounds of something slightly mechanical, kind of whirring on the other side of this door.
It's Bandy Rame.
Sandy Thame,
He's
thank you.
back.
Okay, so I suppose I'm referencing back towards the other hallway where Asariel tried to use the thieves' tools to unlock the door and then got shot with a poison dart. I suppose, did I notice the same mechanical whirring coming from that door, or does this seem like it's like further into the room there's something whirring?
So it doesn't, I mean, it sounds like it's coming from the other side, from the room on the other side of the door. Yeah.
Alright. Cool. And then I also have a question for you, DM, that's completely unrelated, and I should have looked it up earlier, but I forgot.
Okay.
The multi-classing spell slots, I think we're on level 10 now, right? If I'm looking at the table where it says, like, oh, if you multi-class these years, it's the combination of both levels.
Correct,
Yeah.
but paladin levels count as half.
That's why. Okay, thank you. That's what I was reading. Gotcha. All right, I'm all good. Thank you.
Cool. Asariel, perception check.
That is a dirty 20.
30-20. You do not hear the sounds of anything on the other side.
Can I test it to see if it's locked? Like, try to.
It is locked.
Oh man. I will investigate. I'm going to look for a trap on this thing. I don't want to get darted again.
Take an investigation. Take advantage on the investigation roll, because you know sort of what you're looking at inside the hole. You're looking for a small needle that's gonna prick your finger.
That is, even with advantage, it's the same roll. I got a 10.
A 10. You look inside the hole, and knowing what you're looking for, you do see a small needle on the inside of this lock.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
All right. I'll take out my thieves' tools and I'll try to disable it.
Cool. Go ahead and give me a thieves' tools check.
I gotta say, for a lich, he definitely invested plenty into the mundane. Ooh, that's a 23.
23, nice. You manage to, on the inside, you maneuver your lockpick so that you snap off the end of the needle, preventing it from poking your extremities.
I'll try to finish unlocking the door.
Cool. Give me another thieves' tools check.
That's a 19.
19, nice. Click. You open the door and or you unlock the door from the other side and are able to open it. Saren, what was the result of your investigation roll?
13.
13. So you've already, both of you guys, all of you guys have tossed this room pretty thoroughly already. And aside from the massive skull on the table and the two orbs with strange constellations on the inside, there's not too much here that you haven't picked out already.
That's fair. I'm gonna cast message to Reggie. It's like, who's that? And I'm gonna say, so did you die, or are you dying?
Actually, I think we're fine. We've opened. There's a really creepy room. You guys can come through. There's nothing really in here immediately. It's just one of those scary chamber ritual rooms with the big statue and like that whole thing.
Cool. Yeah, I know that Arm left the room. But I'm
I
gonna
didn't
pop.
actually leave the room. I was joking.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna let you. Yeah, they said it's good. They said we're good to go. So I'm gonna go on the teleport.
Cool. Sarah,
I was like, oh, they died. I guess we'll leave.
No and Garm, you guys
I'm gonna
heading up
text
as
spare
well?
the dying, just in case.
Okay. No and Garm, are you guys coming up? Oh, not that
Yep.
one.
Before we get on the teleport, I'm gonna like make sure No's like armor is straight, and I'm gonna just like, you good? You feeling okay? All right. Good job. Good job.
Cool.
Just awkward caretaking.
Awesome. You guys join and see much the same things that Reggie and Asariel saw. Reggie, we'll go back to you really quick. So you heard this mechanical whirring on the other side. Other than that, there's not too much you've been able to detect.
If I hear Asariel open up the door behind me, I'll just sort of turn and be like, hey, Asariel, was that one trapped?
Not anymore.
Okay. Could you possibly come check mine out as well? Because I can just bash it open with the shield, but I think I might get stabbed.
I just coming, my little lord.
Thank you. And she just sat there in like full dwarven plate armor, like I can't handle the little tools to get into the lock. Not gonna work.
Make an investigation check, Asariel, to look for traps.
No is gonna walk forward and
Again
as
with
he
advantage.
As he passes Saren, he's gonna be like, "Sounds like that door is open," and point at the one that Asariel was at.
The
Kelly,
19 on the investigation.
Nice. On the inside of this door lock, you find another poison needle.
I'll just look at Reggie and just go like I kind of picture like I'm kneeling at the lock and just
Reggie's like directly hovering over your head. He's probably blocking most of the light that you're using to see at this point. It's just. Oh, sorry. Okay.
That being said, Asariel, you also realize that if he had simply smashed down the door with his shield, he likely wouldn't have been exposed to the poison needle. because as it's on the inside of the lock. However, you're not going to tell him that.
Oh, hell no. That's a nat 20 for a 28 on Thieves' Tools, too.
Nice.
Yo.
You managed to easily snap the poison needle. You're starting to get the hang of this.
Serial master of needles. And Thieves' Tools again to unlock it.
Yep.
Come on. That's another 19.
Another 19. Nice. You managed to very easily unlock.
I'll stand up, dust off my breeches, and give Reggie a pat on the back.
Thank you. Cool. And then I bash in the door with the shield anyway.
Awesome.
No, I don't.
All right, which door are you guys going through first, north or south? No, are you actually standing up in that platform?
Yeah, I wanted to take a look at the statue.
Okay, we'll do that first. So in order to get up on top of the platform, you would have had to break that line of the candles. Is that something Noah would have done?
Aren't these stairs?
Yes, the candles extend over the stairs as well. It just doesn't show on this map.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna do my best to not knock over as many candles as possible, but I'm not really concerned with the candles.
Okay, cool. Cool. So you step over the candles, walking onto this sort of blood ritual circle, staring up at the statue. And you do feel a sense of recognition of the figure. It's obviously a stylized and abstract, but you get the sense that this is almost a caricature of someone you may have once known.
I'm gonna ponder that for a bit while they search the room.
Cool.
Aaron, can I borrow your pondering orb so that I can check
Yeah,
this guy out a little bit better?
Can I get the orb of pondering for a sec?
I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Which
Like a
door would
top-
you guys like to go in through first? North or south?
I'd like to check out the one that Reggie's about to bash open.
Oh, okay.
North.
I'd like to go down the south one, potentially
South.
with Arm since he's next to me.
Cool.
Alright.
Okay, great. I'll do the
Yes.
north one first, just because we're already there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
As if they're not already at the south door. Crazy.
I know, that too. Okay, so on the inside of this chamber, you take a look and see that mechanical whirring sound that you heard, Reggie, is the sound of a softly rotating and revolving planetarium model. Very similar to one that you found in Blackwater Barrow, where there's a small telescope with like a rotating lens that allowed the user to investigate different planes. This one appears to be able to, the telescope kind of like rotates around the whole thing. It's on a track set up on the planetarium model. And it does appear, give me a religion check. Reggie.
Oh, we killed a nerd. Bad optics. Bad
I
optics.
got an 8.
An 8. Okay. You're not really sure what the planetarium model is supposed to be modeled after. It certainly doesn't look like anything that you've been taught about. Yeah.
Do I recognize the planets at least as like the planets in our current like system? Like, are they things that I would be able to look up and see even if I don't recognize the significance of the
No.
position?
They do not.
Okay, gotcha.
Besides the telescope, what else is in the room?
So
Like,
aside
look
from
around.
this room, you also see a desk set up with what looks like alchemical equipment, alembics, and different vials filled with a couple of strange liquids in it. A scattering of notes along this table as well. On the far eastern side of the room, you see what looks like an altar with some sort of like red orb set on it, and a couple of like lit braziers to either side of this orb.
Pondering orb.
This orb appears to be hard set into the altar. It has like a metal cage which affixes it, but it does seem to be somewhat fluid, almost like a lava lamp without any actual like glass cage. The red orb on the inside appears to be somewhat malleable. On the far western side of the room, you can see there is an Iron Maiden of some kind. Pushed all the way up against the corner of the room, locked behind this desk. The lower part of it is separate from the upper part of it, so that the doors articulate from the lower and the upper part. And on the inside, you could see a long decayed and ancient skeleton has been maimed and left on the inside, chained and impaled by these spikes.
We found his kink dungeon.
The skeleton and the maiden like have any possessions on them, like rings, amulets, anything like that?
You do see an amulet on the skeleton.
I'd like to grab the amulet, and then I'd grab the like alchemy supplies and vials and such for a Garm to check out later and
Cool.
refer to their knowledge on the topic.
The skeleton also is wearing what looks like a richly ornamented robe of some kind, or dress perhaps. It's hard to see super specifics, and the fabric has like long faded and lost most of its luster.
Family of moths has moved in.
Don't mind me. Sorry, friend. And I'll try to lift that off.
Give me an insight check, Zariel.
Sure thing. Oh, dang.
Get you to sick, Reggie.
I forgot I had expertise on that. So 29.
29, very nice. As you are taking the locket from the skeleton's neck, a sudden like flash of vision approaches. This skeleton must be one of the ghosts that first appeared to you when you arrived in the Forbidden Lands.
Is Reggie still in the room?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I just muttered to myself in Elven to just haunt me no longer. And I take the amulet.
I'll sort of hear. Sorry, I'll speak French. What did you say?
Either
just-
does Saren.
Just saying how the room's just saying how the room is very dusty for you'd think it would be for a lab that he was using.
True. Yeah, that's very true. Lots of dust. Maybe he had an evil dust plan.
Maybe. Hey, how about this red stone over here? That's interesting.
Yeah, I
I'm
want to
going
grab it.
I'm gonna collect all this dust and spread it over the world,
I shall
blotting
block
out
out
the
the
sun.
Yes.
Reggie, you had a thing?
I want to grab the big red orb.
Okay, so it is in like kind of a metal cage. You can touch it, but you can't really like grab it and pull it out.
Give me 10 minutes. I'll pull it out.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to whip out Skybreaker and start going to work on these chains.
Cool. As you do, as you start cutting open the metal bands, the orb appears to get a little bit more like volatile, almost like in real life, if you've seen like the stars like have those sort of flares where bits and pieces of them will like rise off in like loops. It appears to be getting more unstable as you begin removing this cage.
I'll stop
Okay.
if that keeps happening. If bits of it seem to be trying to get out, then I'll stop.
It is open air, like it is free for you to like reach out and like touch with your fingers. So you can try and pull it out of this cage.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Okay.
Let's try it.
Cool. Give me, I don't even know, like a sleight of hand check.
Fucking thing is having a solar flare in front of you, and you're like, yeah, let's remove it.
Reggie's like, the power
I
of
want
the
it.
sun in
In
the palm of my
hand.
hand.
I'm thinking about this dwarven armor with a fucking mecha core in the center.
Now
Sleight
I'm
of
just
hand?
thinking.
Sleight
Now
of
I'm just
hand.
thinking of Reggie with fucking Alfred Molina face.
Fuck yeah. That's a 12.
I'm okay with that, Cam.
12. As you reach out and touch it, your hand feels hot to the touch. As soon as you like make contact with the liquid, it begins burning horribly as soon as you touch it. You can with your resistance, however, you're able to like push past a lot of the pain and still grab it. And as you do, you're able to it's like holding like water essentially. You can grab it and you can like take off pieces of it, but for the most part, it remains floating in place there, and you're left with a couple of like droplets of this almost semi solid goo that kind of like drifts in your hand.
All right.
It's just Reggie. That's his Jello maker.
Yeah,
He's not
you're
done
right.
making. He's gonna have a snack.
It's a little fondue pot.
Yeah.
Sariel, is there like a spare beaker or something over there that would be good for containing liquids?
The liquid sun.
I can hold it in my hand. I assume a glass vial will be fine.
I will look for something empty and suitable for Reggie's purposes.
Cool. Awesome. In the meantime, Garm and Saren, you guys investigate the southern door. And on the inside, you see what looks like another small study chamber. This time, not suited for the study of the planes or whatever sort of planetary model that the Lich was looking into, but this room appears to have been dedicated to the study of one thing in particular, something you've seen before on your travels throughout this land. Chained to this brass table inscribed with these runes that have been engraved onto it and marked with a pentagram beneath it. Floating and chained to the table is a smaller sample of the blue crystal that you found in the Temple of Kishara. It floats gently, straining very softly against the chains, but unable to break free of them.
Who's gonna put their hand on this one?
Rock, paper, scissors for it, Garm.
On the other side of
What?
this, on all the other desks of this room, you again see just like this scattering of notes, a couple of like spell books and references. It seems like the Lich was attempting to ascertain the nature of this crystal.
I'll spend some time looking over the notes, trying to kind of get the Spark Notes version of his notes, all of his research.
Awesome.
Trying to see if he found a solution.
Awesome. Cool. Give me an investigation check.
I'll touch the crystal.
Cool. You touch the crystal, placing your hand gently on it. And you feel that sense of whiplash. Have you touched one of the crystals before, Garm? Okay.
Yep.
So you've heard the others describe it though, and you feel your senses being almost like ripped out of your body, before being flung at miles per hour to the south. You break over the Grimwall Mountains, and you can see the vast jungle of Athalas, before eventually finding yourself in the chambers, the backmost chambers of the Temple of Kishara, where your vision suddenly fractures and splinters, almost like a bug's eye would, into seeing 100 different perspectives of that chamber at once.
Oh, and I can see inside my own backpack.
Probably one of those probably is also there.
Whoa, that's a very strange experience. Oof. Sister, have you found anything?
I got the 16 on my investigation check.
A 16. So you're taking a look at all of the different notes and stuff, right? Trying to piece together.
Yeah.
Cool. There's
I just want to catch myself up to where he got to in
Sure.
regards to the crystal.
what languages do you speak?
Hopefully this one, whatever it is. Oh no, yeah, no, I speak common, primordial, and I've been learning brain fart. What's the celestial?
Celestial. So a handful of these notes are written in primordial. Not enough to get a full picture of what's going on, but he appears to dip into it at times. There is a couple of fragments that make that stand out to you as being important. One of which he ponders the nature of a woman named Titania. Claims that this Titania freed him from his prison after the betrayal, but that he's worried because she said something that has stuck out to him. That he will be the instrument for her reign to be supreme.
Great.
He further ponders this. I hate to say ponder now; it's a ruin for me. He further wonders about this statement: "Her reign will be supreme." Words that have stuck in his own mind since his first rebellion against the giants. And as he says this, something suddenly clicks in you. That's a phrase that you've heard before too, since you've been here. Smasher the Goblin said it.
Ooh.
So did the orc supplicant who's trying to kill the new chieftain. It's come up a couple of different times, as did the genie that you fought in Barren Spring. This phrase, and the Lich confirms this in these notes, this phrase keeps coming up with these ambitious young upstarts who try to take power for themselves by overthrowing their current rulers.
Someone found a main plot line.
Probably just a coincidence.
Probably. Cool. All right. Neat. I mean, I would also like to look around this room for, like, objects, things.
We'll come
little
back to that in just a second.
Gold coins, please.
Go.
No, for your part, as you're standing up at the statue, you also see on the altar in front of you but the handful of notes and what looks like a lengthy scroll, which appears to be written in Infernal.
Take a read.
Okay. On the scroll, it says, with these sacred and arcane sacrifices, I do commit myself to the path of Necropolistus, of Albanus, and of Orania. Those masters are the highest of their orders, and have ordained me by nature of proffered concessions. For Orania, whose domain lies over the sorrowful and regretful, I offer this calculation of sorrow, the heart of an innocent frozen solid by magic. For Albanus, who reigns over those mortals most willing to negotiate, I offer this sacrifice of mortality, my own flesh willingly given. For Necropolistus, whose black gauntlet and helm crush enemies and allies alike, I offer blood of my most hated enemy, this Athame still dripping with the vitalia of the giant king Telvir. By these concessions, allow me to cast off from the mortal coil and break free of death, whose name is too hated to say here.
Huh.
Now you say it.
Now say it back to me.
Death. Like, look up at the statue. Like, Is there like any inscription on the statue, or
Not that you see.
gonna keep trying to rack my brain and see if I remember who it is.
Give me an insight check.
5.
5. Yeah, that's not ringing a bell. Something is like, I feel like I know who this person is, but it's like seeing a cartoon of a childhood friend. The recognition
Thank
is
you,
there,
natural one.
but... All right, cutting back to Asariel and Reggie.
Can I collect my son now?
Can you what?
I want to collect the sun in a glass
Oh,
bottle.
in a beaker. Okay, great.
No, I don't know how exactly I would go about. I guess I'll just sort of to prove like the concept is even possible. Once I have the beaker, I'm just gonna kind of like swish it through the liquid a couple of times and see if I can like just collect some of it in there.
Cool. Yeah, you're able to grab a few beads of it, let's say, and drop it into the vial.
Well, as there's some alchemy supplies, is there any? Assuming that there's like things for distilling potions or whatever. Is there any like glass tubing that we can connect to the sun and like feed it through into the beaker?
Yeah,
You can certainly try. If you want to empty out the alembics of their current contents and try to like scoop up more of this orb.
Yeah, I'm basically just trying to make like a feeding line from the sun itself.
Yep.
Yeah,
So we're
is
not
there-
having to like.
There's a fair bit of glass tubing, but not quite enough for it to reach all the way over to the desk. So you have to kind of like jerry rig it against the ground essentially.
Okay.
Yeah. As you empty out the alembics and tubing of their current liquids, some of the liquids like fizzle and like steam up as soon as they hit the ground. But there's no hugely adverse effects.
I really hope this is worth it, Reggie.
Is it hooked up to anything? Is it like doing anything, or is it just sitting there being a glowing ball?
It doesn't seem to be doing
Two
anything
most
in particular.
accomplished alchemists.
Rushing at Asariel.
I mean, I wanted it because I thought that it was the key to like the portal. It's like another orb, kind of. But I don't think that it would even be possible to put this.
It's
in the orb.
certainly worth investigating to see trying to figure out what it is.
And it's worth pointing out the size of this orb as well. This orb is like the size of like a softball.
Yeah, we're gonna collect
again,
some of
not
that
the right size.
softball.
I mean,
Okay. Maybe we get someone who knows more about this stuff to come look at it first.
Garm!
You just start screaming for Garm. Garm!
Meanwhile,
We found a son!
Reggie has a son!
when you say
With
son,
Reggie.
do you mean that you found someone's male presenting offspring, or you found a giant orb that floats in the
It's
sky?
amorphous and hot! Get over here!
That didn't answer the question, unfortunately.
Well, it's like a ball thing. But it's liquid.
All right,
Kind of.
let me.
And if when Garm pops over, I'll also show him like the other vials that were already like stoppered and the alchemy supplies. They're better in his hands than ours.
Well, with my no tool proficiencies,
I thought you were trained in alchemy.
nope,
Nope.
nope.
Well, okay. We just needed more heads on this. Actually, alright, so if you don't. Saren, do you know anything about big
Let's
floating
get
balls?
everybody needs to get in here.
No, you two, actually, if possible. What the fuck is this thing?
Nobody in this party has passed high school chemistry.
Well, you were talking about making potions in like the earlier session, so I assumed like this was your bag.
In or out of
Uh,
character. None
I
of
think
us have passed high school
liquid
chemistry.
fusion is a little bit more complicated than a health potion.
I do have. I am somewhat familiar with using an herbalism kit, so I can find plants.
That's what I was thinking of.
I'll go in
But
and kind of watch, like I know what I'm talking about and nod my head. But for the record, my only tool proficiency is a forgery kit. So,
I got smith's tools, but unless we can use this to forge some stuff, I don't think it's gonna.
it's not gonna.
I don't think that's gonna help.
Who would like
No.
to make the check to bring it in? You'll have advantage on it. It will be an intelligence check.
I've got a +2 intelligence.
I've got
+0.
a +2 as well. So
Cool.
I have a -1, so I'm gonna continue pondering my statue. Thank you.
It's between Garm and Sarah in this
I
one.
will pat Garm on the back and give him guidance.
Cool. Garm, go ahead and make it with advantage since you have the entire team here helping you besides No.
Like at a construction site where one guy's digging a hole and everyone else is
Exactly.
just watching.
Saren, on the other hand, is like, no, do it like this. Do it like this.
Reggie has his little glass vial and is just absolutely shaking with anticipation.
That's 13.
Okay.
Oh wait, I actually didn't even freaking roll with advantage. How about I roll it again?
You
It's
also
a 13.
Nice. So
That's with guidance.
you managed to get Asariel's jerry-rigged alchemy kit to the red orb, and you like put the glass tube up against it. Nothing seems to happen. The orb doesn't magically go into the tube. So you instead try to begin scooping it with the tube into the vial. Careful to not touch it with your actual hands, but you're almost like trying to dig into it with the glass tube. You managed to get a couple more beads into this beaker that Reggie has, but it would take you, from what you've been able to get from it, it would probably take you an hour to get the entire contents of this thing, and even then you would probably still be missing a few beads.
While after I've collected the beads, I'd like to reach into my own supplies and pull out a small vial of water, of rainwater that I've collected, and I want to pour it onto what's of the main body of the orb.
Okay. Cool. The water dips into the orb itself, and you hear the sound of it like sizzling and evaporating. But you don't
You
see
hear the
it as it
sound
disappears
of a
into it.
thousand souls crying out all at once, and then suddenly
Suddenly
silence.
silenced.
The orb itself starts like kind of flaring up a little bit, becoming again a sort of more volatile.
Yeah, I honestly don't know what it does or what it's for, or if it's just here for us to fuck around with. So, should we check on No?
We should probably check on No.
What's going on with this blood altar that I'm standing on?
Hold on just a second.
As he's reading aloud the incantation that turned a man into a lich. What's happening
Garn.
on this blood altar with all these rituals and candles and shit?
Garn, before you leave the room, give me an insight
Might
check.
as well light all the candles.
Or we're just gonna just find out.
Yeah. Might as well sacrifice the blood of my enemy.
I don't know, guys. It sounded like he just had the incorrect priorities. I'd be a good lich.
23.
23. As you're about to leave the room, the Iron Maiden on the western side of the room catches your attention. You know from dealing with the Ossithurges of your cackle that something that a particularly powerful necromancer can do is reanimate dead bodies for a short time to ask them questions. This seems, and in those cases, the priests and Ossithurges of your tribe would likely restrain their skeletons to prevent any possible retaliation from those bodies. This seems like such a device intended to restrain the dead corpse of perhaps a powerful or informative subject, so that the Lich could reanimate and ask questions at will.
All right, it's time. Revivify.
Is it
I think the
is it
clock's
like
going
a
down a little on that
Iron
one.
Maiden, like a closed one, like we would know it, or is it
Yes.
just like a?
It's closed off except for the top, which remains open at this point, and you can see that on every metal inside surface of it is covered in spikes.
I'll crack that shit open.
You open up the bottom part of it. The skeleton kind of like drapes over another scattering of scrawled notes over the desk.
Ew.
Anything on the skeleton, or just a skeleton?
Not even-
Asariel already looted it.
Oh, I understand now. That body was in a different part of the room. I'm gonna. No, I speak with dead right now.
We can take the skull
I'm
for
gonna
now.
take the skull. I'm gonna take the skull,
Cool. As you take the
and I'm
skull,
gonna take all the notes on the table as well.
another flash of insight hits you, and you realize that just on the other side of this teleporter is another huge skull. That is probably there for the same purpose.
We could take that one too. We'll
Take 'em
strap
all.
it to Pasta's back.
It'll be fine.
See,
We could ride it through the desert.
On a horse with no name.
No, just strap it to all of our creatures, and we could ride the skull through the desert.
Skull sled.
Hold of the skull.
I just
Oh,
imagine that.
And then I
dragon-
kind of like take the jaw and I go. "Ow, ow, 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 ow." Put it in my backpack, and I take one of the leg bones to chew on.
Okay, awesome.
I'm not a dog, he says.
And I take all the notes that are like kind of in front of the skeleton.
Cool.
I'll look through those later.
Go ahead and write planetarium notes for me, so I remember what they are.
Skeleton notes.
Planetarium notes, if at all possible.
Not
Sorry,
possible, actually.
Sorry, the keys on my keyboard that you spell out planetarium don't work.
Damn it. That must be a real problem. That's like
Yeah, I type it so often.
like a third of the alphabet locked off to you right there.
Actually, planetarium and skeleton don't share any letters.
Mm.
Not even one.
For Reggie. Oh, sorry, you have something.
Skeleton still lives.
Once we're back in the main room, I'd like to look around like the base of that statue, or like around it to see if I can find any like hidden levers, switches, or just something tucked away.
Give me an investigation roll. No, I believe you had something you wanted to do as well.
Yeah, I was
Ooh.
looking at the sigil
Oh,
on the ground.
Okay, cool. Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Is there any infernal to read? Can I get an
Perhaps.
advantage from that?
Perhaps there is.
Does a 7 do?
A 7. You don't recognize. I mean, the arcane nature of the circle is a complete mystery to you. You do notice in particular 3 runes, much like there were 3 runes on the Athame. It was sort of like put in strategic positions around the edge of this ritual circle.
All right.
Asariel, what was your investigation?
That was a net 20 for a 20.
Very nice. There are no secret levers, switches. You check the thing very thoroughly. You don't find any hidden secrets to it.
That's worth a shot.
Absolutely tragic. All right. Well, no, you doing all right up there?
I know this person.
The statue?
Yeah.
Do I recognize the statue?
Give me a religion check.
The god of abject suffering.
Religion?
We shared a dorm in college.
16.
16.
16, yeah.
Oh, I heard 60. I was like,
I got a
The
plus 40
wings-
bonus on religion.
The wings, the scythe, the cloakedness reminds you of some very early depictions of death. Who,
Great.
from what you know of your own religious studies, is not a god. It is like very specifically specified as being apart from the gods themselves, but is nevertheless a natural force in some early teachings. He's impossible to be ignored, but is at the same time not divine himself.
Well, didn't I'll I'm pretty sure the statue is just a depiction of death. No, I don't think it's a specific person. Have you met death? I think that's possible.
I believe I have.
We can unpack that. We can go into that. Yeah, like when?
Would I? Would
Make another insight check with the given the new information. Feel free to make another one.
When did you die?
Hey, that's an 18, baby.
It's a pingo, baby.
That's
Yeah.
decidedly not a pingo, but it is an 18.
Have like a flash of memory, and you like have to clutch and close your eyes as this surge vision starts coming back to you and causing your head to almost split open again with this this new information. You get the feeling of anticipation, of valor and honor. You get the sense that you are excited, but not just, and you always feel a bit of like shame in being excited because you know that what you're excited for is combat. And you have to remind yourself it's not the combat itself that you are excited for, it's the protection. It's that you are defending the world's honor. And as this feeling subsides and as you like feel it kind of like seep into your bones, you have this flash of recognition of a chamber somewhere that feels deep, deep beneath the earth. Of you going to meet your general. And on the inside of the war room, you can see her having a conference with a figure that looks exactly like the one depicted. Cloaked, this one wears armor and carries, instead of a scythe, a long, long sword. No wings to speak of. And as soon as you enter the chamber, the figure doesn't say anything, but kind of gives a curt nod to you and to the general, and then leaves. And the vision subsides.
He met with the woman.
When was this? Do you remember? Is it before we met you?
I don't think I was keeping a calendar then.
Well, valid. Okay, so you've met Death. That's
No big deal.
that's cool. Did you like talk to them, or was it more just like a hey, kind of gotta go thing?
Were you really surprised it was a Kenku? Or
Yeah, like a friend of a friend.
He seemed rather short with me.
Stature wise or temperament wise?
Temperament.
Gotcha.
Stature.
Death has a Napoleon.
Can I can I roll for stature?
Tall as death.
I'll follow Death.
I mean, he probably stood maybe 8 feet or so. At that
Man.
time, you get the sense,
WC
though,
hit that growth spurt.
at the same time, you get
for him.
the sense that you were also taller at the time.
Was I taller than Death?
You were not.
Oh,
Tragic.
Came up to about his
shit.
I'm
You were
gonna
saying
say
stature wise he was.
Yeah. stature-wise, definitely shorter.
Nah, that's interesting. Interesting. All the statues are always so big. I thought I knew it was like an ego thing, like Napoleon. That's a guy
Who?
from the Dragonborn
Napoleon.
kingdoms that I won't go into it right
You
now.
haven't heard about Napoleon,
Napoleon.
Ontario?
You've heard of Napoleon?
Yeah, you
Oh my god.
were
No one
talking
reads-
about him one night when we were drinking on the boat.
Oh fuck, you're
Nope.
right. I had totally forgotten about. There was so much oil and alcohol. It was yeah.
Well,
Good old Napoleon Mornbringer.
Okay. It wasn't
Half-Knock's
part of my
dad.
family.
he married in.
Yeah.
No, he was Half-Knock's dad.
I'm secretly searching for Napoleon's journals and get even more knowledge on.
Oh my god.
Well, whatever you do, avoid wintry areas.
Reginald's
Yeah.
Not
not,
gonna
a
be there.
conqueror Mournbringer looking for Napoleon's journals.
So I can learn what not to do. You know?
Reggie's
This
like, to avoid
is
the past, you
thoroughly
just
stimulating.
gotta, acknowledge it.
You just gotta
Gotta
stare
idolize.
into the skin.
Yeah.
Napoleon Mornbringer learned a lot from Genghis Mornbringer.
So true.
Ooh. Dude.
Took some inspiration from Julius Mournbringer.
Mm.
hmm
And they just want to be like Alexander Bornberger.
Ooh.
All kinds of
Alexander
element.
Mournbringer.
Gilgamesh Mornbringer, honestly, was the original.
Gilga Mournbringer.
Gilga
Gilgamesh.
Mournbringer.
They were all kind of avoiding Xerxes Mournbringer's example. They weren't very impressed by his example.
Subscribe to the
Yeah.
History Channel, folks, and you can get all these references.
Yeah.
Dakota, I need an extended family tree.
All right, you get what you ask for.
Give me 6,000
Yes, and
generations of Mornbringer.
And they all have the names.
It's
They're
just
all
So
gonna-
there's a
it's gonna be
forgotten
like that,
branch that we don't talk about.
The 6th house.
It's just gonna be that part of the Bible where it's like, and so begets so and so,
Yep.
and so
Yes.
begets so and so. Who
Yeah.
begets so and so?
Don't tempt me. We have a 2-week break coming up.
Dakota,
Children all suddenly have names. Everyone is
By the
yeah,
way,
Dakota's gonna sit down at a computer and just start typing and not stop for 2 weeks.
by
In
the
a
way,
hole in the
Rattermouse fans, we're
ground,
taking a
there
2-week
lived a
break,
hobbit.
So, that's important to know.
All right,
His
anyway.
name, Bilbo Mournbringer.
Anyway. Well, let's cut back to Garmin and Saren really quick. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do in this or the other room?
I would like to do one last look around for shiny objects.
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah.
Where's the loot chamber?
Where'd the gold at?
Where's the bank?
Flat.
You telling me this immortal magic user had no use for money?
That can't be right.
He never door dashed.
What did you say, Saren?
18.
18. You take another look around this chamber and just don't find anything. Anything that hasn't been picked clean.
Well,
I refuse to believe that this motherfucker had no money in in his entire tower
What do you need money
So
for, though?
should we?
Like, honestly, what would he
So
need
should
to
we head back to the
to
previous?
pay his workers.
Should we
Is-
head back to the previous chamber?
he paid his workers.
Yes, I think back to the previous chamber. His dead
Yeah.
slave workers?
I'm sorry. Just because they're dead doesn't mean that it's not cringe to not pay your workers a living wage.
I think we can agree that the Lich is pretty cringe in general. I don't know if he's steering away from that one.
Bad optics, bad optics. You can't call a nerd
Cringe.
cringe.
Cringe is only cured in death.
The Undead Union local RIP.
True. We killed a lot of them.
We did.
Anything that anybody else would like to do before you leave?
I'm gonna pick
Actually,
up the big
I'd like to
skull.
go ahead and get another casting of Detect Magic on, to try to see if that orb Saren has or this the amulet and robe I found are giving off anything.
Okay. The orb and amulet definitely do.
Ooh.
In
Magic?
addition, you
Hmm?
find, actually, yeah, just at the edge, this statue towards the northern end of the chamber also gives off a slightly magical glow on a kind of recessed compartment. You go
Just a
over and
moment. I think I
investigate it.
found something.
You go over and investigate the compartment and do find a small portion of it which has been painted to kind of like blend into the rest of it, but is clearly a like wooden compartment, like a drawer that pulls out. And on the inside, you find a small key.
Is the key itself glowing or is it just like
It
the
is.
statue?
The key is itself.
Uh,
glowing.
I'll. Is there anything like? Is there anything any clue markers to it? Like, is is it ornate? Is it?
When you grab it, it's a very elegant key, I'll say. And the lines and kind of like general shape of it, the craft of it, reminds you a lot of the elves, particularly of the elves of Athelas, their architecture. A lot of flowing, curved lines. And when you hold it, it gives off a very small magnetic pull to it, drawing you somewhere east.
I'm gonna start seeing it. Maybe seeing if it leads to anything in this room. I'm gonna start kind of moving around the room a bit with it. But I'm gonna show it to the rest of the party.
You do this, and as you kind of like walk around the room testing it, it seems to keep pulling east up until you reach the wall that the teleporter is up against, and it seems to pull beyond it.
I go. I gots to know.
Is there any maps in any of the rooms that we found?
There is a map on the room with the crystal chained to the table. You
Yeah.
do see a map on the table, as well as a larger globe set inside. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Oh.
So you'll help?
Yeah.
Cool. Uh, 13.
13. So you head over there and you start investigating it, and you can see that there are several markings laid out on this this map and on the globe as well. The globe isn't particularly fleshed out. There are parts of it which simply haven't been drawn, but it is a pretty good depiction of the surrounding region as well as the larger continent, and even bits and pieces of a mostly unmapped Silwyn and Valwyn, the continents to your west. But you can see on the areas of the map that focus in on the region, you can see that there have been small markings, small X's made in some of the places that you've been. So, for instance, there's an X over Othalos and an X over the Black Citadel, and there's a line which connects those two X's. Similarly, there's an X in where Barren Spring is that pass through the mountains, and then there's another X in a vast valley far to the north of it, with a line connecting those as well. The rest are a series of different markings and connections that you would guess are theorized. But from what you've seen, it would appear that these are mapping the connections between different crystals.
Yo, that's dope.
Can I take that map?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna give it to Saren.
Thank you. I will take it and examine it myself and, roll it up and put it in my bag.
Let's get rid of our fog. I want to get rid of the fog. Bigger map.
I look at our regular map. Is the fog gone?
Gone on, fog gone.
I'll sure. You know what? I'll say the next time we come back, I'll
Gotta
remove the
synchronize at
clouds.
the top of the tower.
Yeah, exactly.
Very nice.
New viewpoint.
All right.
If an
Wait.
eagle
You now have
screeches
enough-
as I'm looking around.
You have enough information that you guys can at least theorize what's on the other side beyond what the initial scouts reportings told you. So you have a good idea of what lies to the east of the Dune Peaks.
All right. Do we want to investigate? I think we went through the rest of the tower, right? This was kind of the only place that we didn't really look.
But I got this key, so I'm gonna find out where that goes.
Let's follow the key.
Follow the key.
A short break as well.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a 15 here. All right, we'll be back in 15 minutos. We will
Gotcha.
see you there.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't leave.
Yachwa.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ride or Dice. When we left off, our heroes had just finished. Oh, Ian's gone. Uh-oh. See if I can fix this. We'll all be in the wrong spots, but that's fine.
I think he's
for
trying
now.
to fix his camera.
Oh, okay. No worries. Okay, cool. When we left off, our heroes were continuing or were actually finishing their way through the Black Citadel and investigating a key of mysterious origin, mysterious destination. And we're just about to leave the tower. Does anybody want to do anything before you leave the tower?
I think we were trying to figure out where Asariel's key led to. Is that going to lead us all the way out of the tower?
At the moment, it's pulling beyond the walls of the tower.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to grab the big skull in the teleporter atrium.
Okay. It is absolutely massive. It's bigger than you are, so it will take some doing to actually get it. How do you want to achieve that?
I'll just tie a rope through the eye sockets, and we'll drag it for a little while.
I'll have Pasta meet us, like come towards us as well, so we can pop it on his back and everything.
Cool. Okay, great. Why don't you, whoever's helping Garm out, go ahead and make an athletics roll. I'm assuming Garm is himself not going to make an athletics roll.
I'd like to guidance
Cool.
because I have
God.
that now, and I'm gonna
The
overuse.
guidance,
Is guidance a D4?
I'm gonna
We
slap
all
one.
rolling, or is just one person doing it?
Just one.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Very nice. Very nice. So you
29 total.
Nice. You heave the skull. Garm, you're kind of doing that thing where someone's like lifting a couch and you can't really get a good grip on it, so you're just kind of like touching it to give the illusion that you're helping out. But it's mostly on Reggie as you just start carting it forward through that second floor down to the main throne room. Once you guys get down there, you find that the main door to the outside is unlocked and that you can exit at will.
So the main door, what does that open up into?
It opens out into a small street on the outside of the tower.
I mean, inside of the tower, because we came up into the throne room. So, was the throne room where the
Death Knight
front
battle
door
was.
open?
Yes,
Okay, then never mind.
correct.
I was gonna be like, did we explore this whole tower?
I think we did pretty much everything, yeah.
And we didn't see a big orb, big stone orb anywhere.
No.
But I think this kind of makes sense because we were sort of operating under the presumption that like if he had access to the teleporter, he would have used the teleporter to attack us, and he didn't. He came through the forests instead.
Fair.
I feel like we will probably find it in another little dwarven dungeon somewhere. They may have a tendency to hide things from him, it seems.
I'm just shocked that this lich doesn't have a treasure vault with all his magic items.
Well, I'll take out. Well, still holding the key. He might be keeping it off away from the tower.
Oh, I was saying that out of.
And Asariel says it out loud to no one.
Good point, Isariel. Where's Pasta? This skull is fucking heavy.
So how are you getting Pasta here? Because the last you told Pasta, he was miles away, leading the other mounts to safety. Are you summoning him here?
No, I believe I have a telepathic link with him that goes a certain distance. Let me double check what that distance is.
Your camp that you set up outside of the actual forest is about a day's travel from here.
Even for a horse just galloping by himself?
Through a forest, yes.
Okay. Well,
Well, there was also the velociraptors the undead people were riding.
Oh, that's true. We might be able to grab some of them. It's only a mile that I can communicate with Pasta anyway, so he's a little too far away, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I suppose we'll try and wrangle up some of those velociraptors. Although, will they be able to carry the skull?
We'll just pull it. Like we were.
So, you guys make your way out of the tower, skull in tow. And as you look around, all of the skeletons have completely dismantled. There's no dark magic holding their forms together. Arm bones, rib bones, everything is just fallen down to the side. They become completely scattered.
I'm gonna kick one.
You give it a kick. It rolls a little bit.
All in a day's work.
Yeah, you are outside Asario. You still have the key kind of like pulling you off towards the east a little bit. Yeah. You look around for any sign of the mounts. You do remember that the Death Knight's horses, the velociraptors that he and his compatriots were riding on were also undead. So as you're looking around, you do find a couple of skeletons of of large Deinonychus, not velociraptors, large Deinonychuses, like the ones that you've been riding.
This is bullshit.
We could make a sled out of the bones.
Bone sled.
I think that'll. How far away was our camp again?
Your camp. Let me pull it up. So you had two camps here. You had one that you set up right outside the rune gates, and then you had one that was on the outskirts of the forest.
And just to
Animals are
clarify,
here.
is the keys pulling in this direction?
As far as you know, it's not pulling to any like specific spot, just in that direction.
I mean, like easterly. I mean,
Yes.
like even from out here.
Yep.
What if it ends up being like all the way over here?
Well, that's what I was going to ask: is do we want to investigate this for at least a little bit to see, or because I really want to see where it goes.
Maybe it leads to his secret treasure dungeon. So
Surely there's like a cart around here somewhere, right? A wagon of sorts.
I assume if we took the time to search the whole 1.5 mile radius town, yes, we would probably find a wagon, but it might take a very long time.
I'm gonna take some time, and I'm gonna gather up enough bones to create a single humanoid.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you
And
start
I
piecing together
will-
things. It's easy enough because they're relatively they scatter in roughly the same area.
So then I will take a minute. I will take a. I do, for some reason, actually have a vial of blood.
Huh?
And I will take the vial of blood, and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of bone dust, and I'm going to pour it on the skeleton, and I will cast Animate Dead.
There you
and
go.
Keaton's
And
reign
I will raise
will
the skeleton.
reign supreme.
When the skeleton jumps up, I'm gonna punch it
Oh
and
my
say,
god.
"The lich is back!"
Awesome.
I'd like
You
to try
raise
and
the
stop him
skeleton.
from doing that.
No,
Oh.
you do see Garm performing the ritual.
There is there is no need to harm Finnegan here.
Aw.
You don't know
will,
that's his
listen.
name.
That's what I've named him. I don't even know these probably aren't really even the bones of one person in the first place.
Exactly.
So for our intents and purposes, his name is Finnegan.
Finnenstein.
Finnegan. If you could help
Take care of
Reginald drag the skull around
Finnegan.
and just follow us wherever we go.
Finnegan has like a bit of a slouch to him. And he kind of just like opens his jaw in response, and there's like this sickly kind of like creaking sound as he like then walks over to Reggie and just like puts his hand on the skull with you.
Grim.
That's very helpful, thank you. I'm gonna set it down and work out some sort of rope situation so that we can drag it.
Finnegan sets it down.
Can he lift it by himself? Finnegan, are you able to lift it?
Probably. I'm gonna assume probably not.
Well, I guess he can't answer, so that's fair.
He says nothing in response. Just kind of like
Mhm.
lulls slightly to the side.
Can I cast message on Finnegan?
Sure.
Hi there. Are you able to pick up this big skull thing by yourself, or do you need my help?
Hold on just a second. You're casting
Who's gotta
what?
find the fucking
Hold on.
staff?
Message?
Pull up the skeleton stat block.
What does he speak?
Nah, I just imagine there's just like a
He-
busy signal.
He does understand all languages he's spoken live, but he cannot speak.
Can he think, though? Because he doesn't need to be able to speak to just think something back to me.
Is it every language of every bone that you included in the skeleton?
Did you put a brain in there? What am I actually
Did
sending
not
the
put a
message?
brain in there.
Space.
You get this as you cast message on Finnegan. Repeat your question to me one more time.
Are you able to lift this big skull thing by yourself, or do you need my help?
You hear a soft, like, distortion of different voices that reply back.
Odd.
What have you done?
Cold.
He needs a coat.
He can't answer.
The
That's
skeleton a
interesting.
coat.
There's a lot of information to be gained. That was like a lot of different voices, but yeah, okay. I'll start tying a rope around the skull and figure out a way for us to drag it.
I want to put a little hat on him so he's not cold anymore.
Do I have like a spare cloak or something in my bag?
Does your party adopt random animals? I raise you, a party that adopts random collections of bones.
He seems nice.
Asariel
They're
is
cold.
horrified by this and leaves.
Finnegan is cold.
Is that a concentration spell?
Nope.
So he's just okay. So if we protect him, he'll last forever.
Finnegan will last for 24 hours.
Oh no. Okay.
At which point he just raises him again.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can just raise it again. It
Finnegan's
just
our friend.
collapses into a pile again. If I cast
This
it at
is
a higher
Keaton's
level, I can make
Tamagotchi.
more of them.
This is a
Ooh.
nightmare.
It's
I
utterly
hate
horrifying.
all of this. My
Ooh,
displeasure is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
All right.
I want to make Finnegan a little bandana.
Okay,
It's got a little bandana.
cool.
I'll hand Garm the cloak that was on the skeleton in the Iron Maiden.
Oh, is this something of import?
What? You're playing dress up with your skeleton. I thought you wanted options.
Damn.
I would like to search for a wagon.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
I'm gonna make Finnegan drive the wagon.
Got a driver.
I'm not
5.
okay with this.
5. I'll say over the course of like the next 30 minutes or so, you guys managed to scrounge together enough spare parts, wheels, bones to make some horrible sled/wagon creation that's big enough and load bearing enough to carry this huge giant skull on it.
Beautiful. All right, we loaded up. Put Finnegan at the front. Where are we heading? Keymaster?
We could have raised one of the the dinosaurs, but we raised a man.
Nah, I can only raise a humanoid.
What is the point of magic?
True.
It's a great question.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate, JD.
Fucking
I'm not an
useless.
experienced. I'm not an experienced necromancer,
It's a
unfortunately.
fucking useless form of interacting with the world.
What do you mean? We got a little guy to carry our big skull thing for.
We got a wagon too.
Yeah, but we don't have to carry the wagon. He's gonna do it.
The point of
Just
a
think
wagon is that
Finnegan-
no one carries it.
If you have an animal there,
Finnegan
yeah.
Could have
Pull
walked
it.
through those teleporters and taken a big Zappo for us. So
True.
Yeah, but Finnegan wasn't here for that, was he?
So,
no.
Don't you
so are you
dare.
saying
I did
Finnegan's
suggest that, though.
are you saying Finnegan's our new trap Roomba?
Oh.
Yes. Although he can only probably take like one hit.
That's a high cost trap Roomba. That's a
That's how
third
you were
level spell
describing
slot
it.
trap Roomba. Oh no, yeah.
Okay.
Keymaster, which direction are we being pulled?
I would say something insulting, but I actually like that title, and I follow the key.
Cool.
Keymaster.
You take the key and let it's like soft magneticism guide you throughout the city streets. And again, there's something eerie about this ruined city that has now fallen completely silently, without even the swaying of leaves and trees, like the forest outside. There's no insect life, no animal life of any kind inside this city. The key eventually leads you towards the outskirts of town, where you can feel the pull getting a little bit more sensitive. You can feel it. It seems to be guiding you to a point just beyond the outskirts of town, where you can choose to follow it if you'd like, but it is a direction you've gone. Cool. Awesome. So you head outside of town. No, you had something?
Has the sky opened up? Is there still very cloudy?
It is still very foggy on the outside of town.
So maybe that's not magic. It's not magic fog. It's just regular fog.
Maybe it's just foggy here.
Foggy here.
It's just Seattle.
Oh,
I blame that woman we found.
True. Has the fog started to like creep inside the barriers of the town though? Is it still stopping right
Give me
at
a
the
perception check. That's a pretty hard thing to try and pinpoint.
outside?
That misty woman we found.
15.
15?
Cameron
Yeah.
with more quotes
It
from the
does
Great Book of
seem
Incels.
like the fog has begun to creep along the grounds of the rest of the city.
Nature is healing.
We were the virus.
You guys follow the key for a little bit. It gets more and more sensitive until you're about a mile outside of town, and you see a small, what looks like maybe marble structure, square, with a very like faded orange brick top. And as you approach, you see that the door is made of completely made of steel. You approach it, the key seems to be pulling towards this door, and as you get closer and closer, the pull is getting stronger.
It's the magnet. It's not
Perhaps
even a
we should-
key. It's just
Perhaps
a
we
magnet.
should. Perhaps we should rest before, and at least rest a little before we investigate this.
Okay. I mean, how are we doing? Oh, we're
Unless
pretty
there's
low.
objections.
Do we want to do like a proper rest or just a short rest?
I'm fine with a short rest.
Wouldn't be upset with a long rest because we're gonna have to long
Not
rest.
be- I also
eventually.
would not be upset with a long rest, but I didn't want to seem too needy.
Do we have the ability to get our little hut going, Garm?
We do not.
Tragic. All right, old school camping.
Old school camping. I guess we camp in the tower. Not like the witches coming back, right?
I
I mean,
wouldn't.
What time is it? How late in the day is it?
It's like probably 1 or 2 a.m. at this point.
Oh,
AM?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
We
then,
short,
then, yeah,
we
we
short
definitely.
rested in the tower as well, so
you broke into the citadel around sunset, made your way through the tower, short rested there, and fought him around midnight.
Oh no, I believe you. I'm just shocked.
Mm-hmm.
I was picturing like
before
noon.
we settle down for a long rest, just because I want to use these new toys that we discussed, Dakota.
Mhm.
If it's all right, I'm gonna Astero's gonna meditate, and I'm gonna use detect portal.
Cool.
To see if I pick up something within a mile.
You do not detect the presence of any portal.
All right.
have some water really quick.
It's only a mile radius, right?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. Who would like to look for a suitable spot to make camp?
I
Garm?
will.
Okay, cool. Garm, give me
Open my-
a perception check, I'll say, or survival check, actually, rather.
can I give him advantage?
Yep.
Roll again. Natural 20
Nice.
for a 33.
You managed to find a small, kind of like cove in some of the natural terrain around here, and you think it would be a good spot. It's very easily coverable by different bits of foliage and bushes that to kind of like sequester yourself. You go ahead in there and set up the different tents and fires and whatever you need in order to feel comfortable, and you all begin settling down for a long rest. Does anybody want to take watch?
Finnegan will.
Okay.
No. No.
Sariel, we'll do Sariel
I guess he
and No
will,
first.
but
Actually, you guys can pick. Who wants to go first? No and Asariel will. Okay, cool. Why don't you guys go ahead and both roll perception checks?
While we're taking the rest, can I try to attune to the amulet?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have a question on how long rests and watches work. Do you not get the benefits of a long rest if you take a watch?
You do. I
Okay.
count that as part of your resting activity.
Gotcha.
I mean, it would just be silly to make everybody rest for 12 hours so that everybody.
Right,
could get
that
a
was
full-
kind of what I was confused about, yeah.
I consider it as part of the long rest.
Okay. Then I'll take a shift if we need me to.
Sorry?
Perception, you said, right?
Yep.
Then 27.
Awesome. No?
21.
Very nice. You guys keep watch, and it's pretty easy to keep watch in this area specifically because it's so quiet. It would be very easy to detect any predators or anything like that sneaking up on you guys. You feel pretty confident that nothing is sneaking up on you though, and most of your watch goes without any issue. Asariel, for your part, you attempt to attune to the amulet. Find it requires no attunement.
Oh, okay.
Instead, as you're kind of like fiddling with it on your watch, you find that it, as you're kind of like playing with it, there's a bit of light shining from the inside, and as you open up the locket, onto the ground in front of you appears what looks like a picture of some kind, like almost like a painting formed in light, of a regal-looking elven woman, who stands in front of the Black Citadel Tower. In Elvish, along the bottom of it, it says, "All hail Titania, Supreme Queen of Gen Ulanor."
Does that name ring a bell to me?
Make a history check.
16.
16. The name isn't super familiar to you, but it does. It's like how you can tell what kind of time period a name comes from. This name comes from the time of when the elven and dwarven colonists left to find where the humans had originally come from. You gather that this is probably one of those original colonists that set out to find the humans' original birthplace, and set up their own colonies there.
So basically, there's like a magical like memento locket.
Yep.
Cool. So, do you want to talk now or
What?
just anything, or anything that comes to mind? Are you okay?
I'm fine. Are you okay? He's just like staring off into the jungle.
Do you want me to be polite or do you want me to be honest?
Be what you will.
I'm not doing really well right now, but I'm trying. I'm terrified, really, because it seems. Oh yeah, sorry, Cam, didn't notice. Scene break. Someone press pause during the cutscene. Bastards. Loading. Direct achievements.
The whole time, Finnegan is literally just like sitting at the fire.
I really want to shoot that skeleton. That is just for the sake of brevity, because he's occupied though. But so I was just gonna kind of like list off for him and then just never mind.
Okay, sorry.
Very good. I was just saying is we're running into bigger and bigger threats, and in a way, I'm grateful that we're here because I think we are capable of confronting it. However, it seems that with each one of these that we face, with what I've been hearing, it seems some of us get. It seems some of us are getting pulled into some weird directions. I haven't seen like Garm has always been kind of morbid, but not till today did I see him actually try to just engage in necromancy at that kind of level. I've also not seen my allies erupt in flames and try to skewer a friend. I'm not pretending to be perfect, but I do have my concerns. And I just want to know, is there anything I can do to help?
Are you concerned about our level of commitment or
I-
trusting in us?
I'm more I can't help but shake the feeling that the more of this area that we uncover, that we're heading towards something bigger and bigger and bigger. And the closer we get to that, I'm afraid of what the next time you lose control, what that's going to look like.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to judge you. No.
Your concern has been heard.
All right. I sincerely wish I could help more. I'm just starting to understand magic myself. And I'm sorry that you're carrying this burden, no. You don't deserve it. And Sale's just gonna just let his mind wander and just kind of stare into the fire for a while.
Some time passes.
When the watch is coming close to an end, No is going to get up and head to the bathroom.
Cool.
And just walk off into the forest a little bit.
You do that. You make it a little ways out of camp. Again, there's not really a sound to be heard in this forest.
And he's just gonna wait for the watch to change. And then he'll come back and take a seat for another watch.
Cool. At that time, Asariel, your watch ends. No comes back out from the forest. Who would like to take the second watch? Reggie? No?
Take it.
Reggie, you wake to see No continuing to stand watch.
Hey.
Hey,
How's it been tonight?
I just got up. I don't know.
I thought you took the earlier watch with Asariel.
Asariel wanted to take it.
Oh. He always does that, sneaking off on his own, thinking he can solve all these problems by himself. But we all just need friends sometimes, you know? It's weird.
Yeah.
Then give me perception checks.
Didn't hear you, Kat. I don't know if he said something.
11.
11.
5.
5.
But
You can feel your eyes starting to droop a little bit now. Luckily, most of your watch proceeds without issue. Eventually, the sun does rise over this foggy forest and allows some diffused light to come passing through. No, go ahead and mark a level of exhaustion for me. And you do
Yep.
not get the effects of a long rest.
no.
The rest of you can take a long rest, recover all your spell slots, hit points, hit dice.
Woohoo!
Saren, are you experimenting at all with the orb to try and?
Yeah, I'd like to, at some point during that rest, sit with it and just try and figure out what it is. See if I can do that without directly touching it.
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Arcana. Nice. 21.
Very nice. You get the sense that this is a. Hold on, let me find it. It's impossible to figure out its true nature without touching it, but you do get acclimated enough to realize that this thing isn't like drawing you in. It's not like trying to get you to touch it. You get the sense that this thing is not cursed or would harm you. in
Okay,
any
then I
way if
touched
you
the hell
touch
out of it, yeah.
I get all up on it.
Got it.
Over the
Give it a
course,
kiss.
give it a
Hi,
little
cat.
kiss. Oh no!
It really was cursed. Fuck.
Oh well.
It actually
the
just
live voice.
disrupts Wi-Fi signals.
Where is this thing?
That was funky. Did that happen to you, Keaton?
Nope.
No, it was your
Hmm.
computer.
Excellent.
This is in fact
Anywho.
a crystal ball.
Nice. Just run of the mill.
Yes, it allows you to. I'll send you the item sheet for it.
Please do. Can I get an item sheet for the frog ring?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting to get that for
And
you.
maybe the cloak if we're feeling spicy.
Absolutely.
Dope.
You can just add the cloak in D&D Beyond because it's just an item straight from the book. So
What is it called again? Cloak of
Action.
protection? Is that right?
Mm.
Yes.
Cool. I will just add it to Vinda Beyond. Okay. Cool.
It allows you to cast the scrying spell with it.
Hey, that's nice.
Not bad.
As in,
Ye old
it is a
pondering orb.
it is a thing that casts scry for you, or it's a thing. It's a focus for the scrying spell.
While touching it, you can
Ooh.
cast the scrying spell with it. So I'm guessing it casts it for you. Well, yeah, that's what we'll say.
Limited amount of times per day, or is like endless scrying?
Not that you can tell.
Because the scrying spell itself requires a crystal ball to cast.
No, this one casts it for you.
Nice.
That's why I'm like this is tiny minutia language.
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna unlearn scry for the day
Sorry.
because I was like, oh, we picked up an orb I can cast scry through. Nice.
Yes, you can.
I don't need that anymore.
Cool. You guys are all awake, or for some of you, reinvigorate yourself. And you are outside this marble structure.
Let's go in.
Let's do it.
The key is again pulling towards that steel door, and as you approach it, it like is pulling so hard it's almost like flying out of your hands. As you get close enough to it, you let the key go, and it flies into the lock on the door all of its own accord. You click it, unlocks the door, and it swings open, leading to a staircase down beneath the earth. You can continue down if you'd like.
Oh yeah.
I'd
Let's
like to stealthily start going down the stairs.
Cool. All along the side, you see these very intricately designed elven murals, which appear to tell the story of this group of people coming to the Forbidden Lands for the first time and finding a ruined city with a black citadel at its heart. They
Wonder where that could be.
they set up here, established a settlement, and eventually called it Gen Ulanor, for young Ulanor. Apparently, they uncovered writings depicting that its original name was Ulanor, and that this is the young version of it. Further down into the vault, you find a vast hoard of wealth, coins, gemstones, as well as items scattered in and amongst it.
Holy fuck.
Does not
Contain
seem to
yourself,
be
Sarah.
does
I'm
not
in
seem to be
shock.
anything standing between you and this hoard.
Oh, good.
Detect magic real quick.
I take
There
one
is
step.
a lot of magic in this room.
Cast find traps.
Okay.
That's the one.
This
not-
is the one spell that I was
Fair.
like, all right, we're probably gonna go into some vault. I'm gonna equip find traps this time.
Does not seem to be
So I
any
sense the
traps here.
presence of any trap within range of 120 feet.
Does not seem to be
real
any
quick,
traps in this
because
room.
I'm feeling about as paranoid as Garm. I'm also going to burn a spell slot for primeval awareness.
Okay.
So,
Hmm.
like elementals, fae, dragons, undead. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Um, you do not detect the presence of any of those creatures.
Except for Finnegan.
I just kind of picture that
I
moon
guess
guy
Finnegan,
kind
yeah, that's
of
true.
like looking around with like glowing eyes, like
Although,
flashlighting around.
no, Finnegan's still. He's about halfway through his allotted day. Cool. Yeah, you guys can't see any traps or anything like that.
I think this is ours, friends.
How do we get it out of here, though?
We have a giant skull we can carry it in, like a
Build the skull.
All right, I'm gonna summon Pasta, so that we have something to carry the wagon with. That'll be a little bit easier, and it'll just be a spell slot. Yeah.
Awesome. You summon Pasta. He appears.
Hell yeah.
You unrein Finnegan from the wagon and attach it to Pasta instead.
I'll put Finnegan on Pasta though, so it looks like he's riding him.
There you go. Cool.
And then I guess we'll just start.
Putting stuff onto the wagon?
Let's loot.
Okay, cool. Over the course of probably, I would say, the next 2 hours, as you guys begin carrying sacks full of coins back up the stairs towards the world outside, you accumulate 7,400 copper pieces, 32,000 silver pieces,
Saren, you got all this?
Mm-hmm.
13,000 gold pieces,
Oh,
and 1,700 platinum pieces.
Talk to me.
Jesus.
That's 74,000 copper pieces.
7,400.
100. Okay, and then 3,200 silver.
Yes.
13,000.
No,
gold.
32,000 silver,
Jesus.
13,000 gold,
Hear me out. What if we
1,700
bury it? What if this is the amount that we bury, and then after we pay our taxes, we come back and get it?
Fair. I definitely don't think we should leave it in this big marble building. 'cause
Was-
that'll
No,
make
but
me
we could bury it somewhere else.
Was there items?
There are.
Oh, what if this is the thing that the woman was telling us that we're gonna want it once we find it, and she'll kill us if we try and take it? Thing.
Probably
Really does show
not.
that
It's
you
just
get the
treasure.
prices of the coins.
It's just treasure.
There's lots and lots of treasure and magic items and power.
I mean, that could be anything though. It could be the
Well,
jello
well-
that we spent so long trying to get into a jar.
It might have been. Yeah.
True.
It could have been something that was like inside the lich all along, like a
It could've-
power in the lich, and we destroyed it.
courage.
It could have been the friends that the lich made along the way.
Could have been.
Let's check out these items.
Cool.
Yeah. What do we
So
got?
in addition to the gold or the coins, you also find 7
Oh,
emeralds.
Nice.
What?
Emeralds, 6 opals, and 4
Oh,
diamonds.
How many emeralds?
7.
the cleric's eyes widen.
Give Reggie the diamonds.
You do
I
immediately,
get the diamonds.
with a tear coming out of my eye, I hand the diamonds over to Reggie.
Wait, am I the only one who can cast Revivify?
I
Yeah.
think so.
You're the only one who will.
What the fuck, y'all?
That's really good.
All right.
It is
Ernie-
long.
It
This
didn't
is a
seem like a
long
spell.
established aspect of my character.
I got
there
the no
can be
healing.
complaining
It didn't
at this
seem like
point.
something Saren would have.
My God.
He'll raise us, Reggie. He'll raise us as Finnegan.
In
I
addition,
have,
In addition,
well, I have spared the dying now, so
that's good.
you're
in
welcome,
addition,
everybody.
on top of these piles, you find several items of note. You find a softly blue glowing shield in the shape of a kite shield, which has no handles to speak of.
Mm.
For your armless
Oh,
friends.
Yes.
We're gonna take some time figuring this shit out.
What is this? A shield for a worm?
You also find
Big worm.
what looks like a metal ball of some kind, with
Nice.
several interlacing bands on the inside, which
Ooh.
appear to be like warped and rotated around each other, almost like a rubber band ball.
Okay.
Is that a warforged egg?
Yeah.
It's just waiting to hatch. We're gonna get a Yoshi, y'all.
Ah!
You also find a very richly decorated dress of some kind, with
What size?
humanoid
Off,
size.
Saren.
Humanoid size.
Reggie's size.
And a staff set up in the back with several depictions of insects along it.
Oh god, that seems like a Garm thing, right? We don't need to know what that is.
On top of that,
The bug stick.
you also find
Bug stick is Garm.
you find 5 potions of healing
Ooh, we need that.
and 2
Holy
potions of
shit,
greater
Lex.
healing.
Ooh.
Oh my god. We're
Okay.
safe from healing magic at last.
We're gonna finally realize no one's gonna take the fucking spells but me.
Spare the die.
I got cure wounds, buddy, but
I got
it's not gonna
healing
be very
word.
good.
We're just-
Once you've
I-
pretty much cleared this place out, you see that on the floor of this appears to be a ritual circle of some kind. The actual like arcane markings of which are long since faded, and there are four what look like steel manacles that arrange themselves according to the points of a star, of a 5-pointed star around it, with one star being left without a manacle.
For
One
the
point.
head.
For the head.
We have spare
Or the
mana.
tail.
Anyone got a spare pair of handcuffs? No shame. Just, if you're
No.
carrying them. No? Alright.
No.
There, and is this chamber just solid walls all around?
Seems so.
We
So-
have rested. So we got charges on that one thingy.
Wave the wand.
You wave the wands. Doesn't seem like there are any secret chambers. However, the blue lines do reveal writing all along the corners of this vault. Take a look around.
In what language?
Several different languages. Some of you
Ooh.
speak
Like the
some
group
of them.
project.
There's a couple in Infernal, Abyssal, Primordial, Celestial. Does anyone speak Celestial here?
I've
Okay,
been learning it.
Awesome. So you guys are able to
Duolingo
piece
course.
together a good
I'm like
few
halfway
of
through a
them.
feat.
You get the sense as you start piecing together different writings on these walls, that this is a journal of kinds, or the mad ravings of someone who appears to have been imprisoned here at one point.
Huh.
You get the sense. Give me, I guess, an insight check for anybody who's interested. I won't give
I'll
you
do it.
advantage. Just-
I'll inside it up.
We'll go.
You guys are kind of reading this aloud.
I'll help out.
Dirty 20.
Very
Ooh.
nice.
6.
25.
17.
17.
18.
Nice. You're able to put together that this is that the Green Lord is the one who was imprisoned here.
Oh.
He talks about a betrayal of his people, that once he had ascended to his current form, they betrayed him by locking him beneath the earth and banishing him from rule. He says that the manacles that they had used to imprison him down here broke off within days of his imprisonment, but that there was a ward here to prevent any undead from leaving this chamber.
Oh no!
Until he says some of the later entries remarks that he feels the presence of living creatures in the forest again, but that there's of a fey kind. Until he remarks upon a queen coming to visit him,
Titania.
and that's the last entry that you see.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Huh.
Does any of this seem like it connects with the story that we were told by the Misty Woman?
Make an insight
Oh
check.
yeah. Maybe the Misty Woman is Titania.
Maybe.
14.
14. So the story that you were told by the Lady of the Fog was
Misty
that
Woman.
yes, that this person, the Green Lord, found some kind of power ages ago, wasted this power, and the story that you're being told here is that the Green Lord ascended to a new form. What you're gathering from that is that when the Green Lord found this power, if what both parties are saying is true, he somehow found a way to circumvent death by becoming a lich. And that the end result of that was that his people betrayed him and imprisoned him, until such a time that the elves came to this land and found his prison and broke him out, bringing about their own ruin.
And then a bunch of yuccos came and fully destroyed him.
Correct.
Nice.
Tunneled under his fucking house and whacked him on the back of the head.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
And
have been such a
offhandedly, too.
stupid asshole.
Like, we weren't even planning on going in there.
Yeah, imagine what we could do if we had a plan.
Yeah.
That'll never happen though.
No.
Thank God.
No, we'll make a plan. We'll just throw it out the window 5 seconds in.
When we
We'll
do
hit
the actual
first roadblock
research.
and go, oh shit.
Oh shit, it'll take 24 hours to tunnel from this point. Maybe we should do something else.
We still
Not
tunneled,
yet.
and it was
You did
glorious.
still
yes.
tunnel, thank God.
It was glorious.
We should
Now
start
we
a
know
tunnel
that that's
network.
always an option.
We should start a tunnel network right here.
There's already a
Alright.
tunnel from here to
That's true. Let's
yeah,
take the
so we can
tunnel
just branch
back
off
home.
of it.
Let's
We
take
could take the tunnel
back
back home.
Apologies.
Fuck the turtle.
In
Fuck
addition,
Dragon.
in addition to what I've mentioned before, you do also find a stone orb about the same size and shape as the one for the rune gate
That's
outside the temple of Kishara.
important.
It
Did he
is.
just have it in his closet and he forgot about it?
He probably didn't.
Probably didn't
I
care.
guess he didn't put them. Maybe he actively didn't want other people to use them.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess.
Maybe he
Alright.
like
He did have
would
a
grab it
he
when
did
he
have a
needed
flair
it.
for the he did have a flair for the dramatic a bit,
He did.
so
Yeah.
perhaps he found it more intimidating to march his soldiers all the way there and
Mhm.
cause
Or,
terror
like,
along the way.
Make an insight check.
Or maybe
Anybody
he
who's
doesn't
thinking about his
get
motivations.
along. I will. But maybe he doesn't get along with the dude that we met. Maybe they didn't vibe.
I should also say we've got 6 days remaining.
Into what?
Dragon.
Until our date with Dragon Death.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
So I got a 5 from Reggie.
17.
No.
I'm rolling
Uh,
well
fif-
today.
15.
15. Saren and Garm, you guys get. I mean, it's hard to say without him being here. But from what you saw of his tower, the defenses that he set up, his defensive posturing about pulling all of his soldiers back, you get the sense that the Green Lord was incredibly paranoid, and that his millennia of existence led to him being so fearful that anybody would come to his stronghold and try and destroy him, that he was not willing to open up the gates and expose himself to such an attack, especially if, after he was defeated at Athalas, if it meant that you could come and destroy his phylactery immediately.
And we did.
And
Yeah.
we did. What he
We
didn't
just walked
expect
across the desert, bitch.
that we would tunnel.
It did give him enough time to reform, at least partially.
Yeah, but you know,
Motherfucker was too busy keeping his head in the clouds that he didn't look at the ground beneath his feet.
where we were tunneling.
Mhm.
Tell 'em.
Dumb
Alright,
bitch. Every campaign from now on, Dakota's gonna do an anti-tunneling measure.
Yeah,
People are gonna start building iron walls
They
down
set
into
up-
the ground.
I'm gonna set up Layman's tiny huts all around the perimeter. I
We'll
know it
just
doesn't
tunnel down
extend to.
deeper.
I know. Wall of force
Could you-
instead. Wall of
Gotta
force.
go deeper.
Could you imagine a lich doing that though? Just like tiny huts throughout the ground, just because he's scared.
Rightfully.
No offensive
should be.
spells, just defensive. Strictly walls.
So there you go.
So, you think we should take some time and figure out what these items do?
Might as
Yeah.
well.
Good idea.
We
Not
can,
really in
we
a
can
rush
do it.
anymore.
We can do it on the way home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Head
that
towards
makes
the
more
door.
sense. We do have a date with the dragon, so we probably want to get home as soon as possible so we can prep for that.
We also have to get the mounts.
Didn't the dragon tell us to meet in the desert though?
Yeah,
Dragon
but
told
we've
you-
got a teleporter there. Sorry.
The dragon told you to meet at the heart of her capital.
Did she tell us where that was?
Oh no.
We didn't get the location of our date.
I could send message to her.
Oh yeah. Can we actually?
I don't
bug
think
her?
you can.
Why not?
I think you can cast sending, but I'm pretty sure there's a range on the cantrip message.
I mix those two up a lot.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's 120 feet. So I
She's
don't
a
think
little
she's
further
within
than 120 feet.
And we have
Sure,
sending.
she didn't hang out. Did she just walk out the front door?
Yes. From what you can
What a
tell.
lame ass.
Seriously.
There was no dragon-sized hole in the walls of the tower.
Not that you saw.
Damn.
She didn't tell us where we're meeting.
Taking a look at the map, there were the ruins of some sort of town north of the rune gates that we went into the desert on, so perhaps that is the location.
Really
It
embarrassing.
stands to reason that if we fought her child in the desert, that it's likely that her home was also in the desert.
There's also the dwarven
makes sense.
fortress.
This is true as well.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. We,
Sail on
Half
steam.
of us go to one, half of us go to the other.
we should go
We'll
back to
Meet
Apolos
back in the
before
middle and compare notes.
Please.
Can I, as we start making our way back, can I try and consolidate all of our information to see if we can figure out where roughly she would be talking about?
Sure, make an insight check.
Like maybe she had an accent that's only.
Yeah.
The dragon accent that only you can come from this region.
Yeah.
15.
15. I mean, you were able to see most of the desert that you passed from the room gate south, and it did not seem like there was any huge towns or cities, anything that a dragon would call a capital. The only real civilization that you saw was that those fragmented buildings and ruins of the town to the north.
Mm.
So that's your best guess at this point.
Want to make sure she's not like, come to my capital in this place that you haven't even heard of. Across the sea.
Oh, she should have been more specific if you wanted to see us.
I don't think it's that she wants to see us. I think it's that she wants to kill us.
Yeah, but either way, we gotta be there for it.
Keaton, does Garm have sending?
Not currently.
And you may
But
potentially.
I could
prepare-
perhaps prepare an incantation to try and contact this
That might be a good
person,
idea.
dragon.
Yeah. We also don't
Figure?
need to do it right now.
Oh, to be a
we
Oh,
can put that off.
to be able to change my spells. Oof. Can't imagine.
What are you talking about? You can do it every morning.
Yes, I can, because I am a cleric.
Mm-hmm.
Good save.
Thank you.
So we're heading back to the teleporter. Can we check out some of the items as we ride along?
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
you have to
Which
either
teleporter are we going to?
guessing the
Where's
room
the
gate.
new one?
Of the Black Citadel.
We should probably collect our
Okay.
mounts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not abandon them.
The
Well,
thing is that the mounts are like 2 days
20 miles away. Yeah.
40 miles from the rune gate.
Well,
We could go to the desert gate, and then once we're there, go to the other. Can you do it in reverse? Can you put the stone thing inside of the teleport room?
Kind of doubt it.
I really
I
don't
think we
think
could
so.
split off like, one.
Feel
a
like
couple
that's
of us,
like trying to put your key into
Well-
the knob for the deadbolt.
a couple of us can go to the rune gate, and then once that's opened up, we can go on through to the desert.
And then go get our mounts.
I mean, it is still faster for us to probably try and bring our mounts back through the woods
Yes.
to this
It
rune gate.
Okay.
So we could
I think
just
we're just
open
gonna-
it up and then,
All right,
because
let's do that.
otherwise we're gonna have
Okay.
to go 2 days through the
Let's-
desert.
We may as well even just wait
Sure.
to open it until we have the mounts and everything ready to go through. Because what if
Yeah.
the guy's waiting on the other side for us?
Yes.
What, the Organization 13 member?
Yes, I don't want an unskippable cutscene starting as soon as we put this fucking key in the hole.
He's like, it is I, Ansem, seeker of
They're just like-
balls.
Got it memorized.
Our mounts 20 miles away. Can we just
You just hold on to that.
Dance,
Ah,
Reggie,
gotcha.
dance.
someone give me the
Although
oil?
Bastion wasn't long enough already. God damn it.
All right. Can we run
It's
to the
like
outside
you
of
have
the
opened
forest,
the door.
grab our
All right,
mounts,
let's
come back
go
to the
check our
gate,
mounts.
Cool.
and we'll use that whole time to just check out all these fun little items.
Yeah.
Cool.
Too.
I'm just gonna walk and also maybe put on a dress. I don't know.
It does take you the better part of the it does take you an entire traveling day to make it back to the camp where you left the mounts at.
Mhm.
By that point, you realize that you had originally told Pasta to bring the mounts back towards the river as well.
I was gonna say I didn't forget that. I was like, no, they're further.
You reach
They're
that.
not at that camp.
Okay. That we don't all have to go. It's been the better part of a day, right?
Yeah, it's nightfall again by the time that you guys make it out of the woods.
We might as well all go because that just means
Yeah.
some part of the group is gonna have to like awkwardly wait at the teleporter.
Sure. Well, I didn't even mean go back. I was just gonna say
Well,
like
just
we can have me on Pasta like just gallop over there because it'll be a lot faster to grab them and then come back, and we'll just come back and go to sleep anyway. So
My
there's
God,
not.
Cowboy Reggie wrangling a whole bunch of different mounts is so
It'll be
cursed.
easy.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Okay. All right.
your
I'm gonna go.
funeral.
Awesome.
We're
It takes you-
fine.
It takes you another probably day or so to get the mounts, bring them back, and for you guys to make your way back to the rune gate. So all in all, been about 2 days since you slayed the lich before you make it back to the rune gate.
Do I have 2 levels of exhaustion now?
Assuming you're not sleeping that night, you probably have.
Do we figure out what all these items do?
You have 2, yes, at this point, but it's nearing nightfall of that 3rd day. The rest of you guys are actually give me an insight check for
Item?
each of you. Yes, I'll get to that in just a sec after the insight check.
Should I take one for the day that I
So many
spent?
insight checks.
No,
15.
15. Saren,
Natural 20 for a 21.
nice.
Dirty 20.
Do I do an insight?
Oh,
No,
29.
29. Garmin and Saren, you in particular are noticing that his eyes are like drooping a lot. He's starting to lose focus during the couple of days. Even the day where you're waiting for Reggie to bring back the mounts before heading on to the rune gate, he's losing focus very quickly. In the meantime, you take a look and attune to some of the different items. The blue glowing shield is an animated shield. It allows you to cast its command word, and it will shield you while at the same time allowing both of your hands to be free. The ball, the rubber band, iron rubber band ball, is called the Iron Bands of Bilaro, and they essentially act as a restraining prison, kind of like a Pokeball. To be honest, you get the sense that you throw it at someone, it wraps around them very rapidly, and then they have to try and break out of that.
Neat.
It's
Oh.
what is it? It's
Who wants the Pokeball?
manners.
It's what?
It's manners.
From
Is that what
from
Percy's
Critical
thing
Role.
was called?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was. The dress is a steel thread dress. It has no properties of being heavy armor, but it does put your armor class at a 14 plus your dexterity.
Give that to
I
Garm.
put that shit on.
No, that's going to Garm.
That's very clearly for Reggie. I don't know what y'all are talking about. My dex is insane.
And the staff is, in fact, a staff of swarming insects. And it also gives you a
What's it?
+2 to your spell save DC and spell attack modifier.
Ooh,
Now that's Gar.
Jesus.
that's for Garm.
Christ.
Wait, what did it do?
+2 to
Plus
spell
2.
save, +2 to
Spell attack.
spell attack.
Damn.
The animated shield. Whomst would like it? Because I can kind of see it being useful for just about everybody.
Yeah.
I tend to carry my own shield around, so I don't necessarily need it.
I think it's probably most useful for our spellcasters.
Agreed.
Or
Well,
ranged
I just
fighters.
got a boost. I'm wearing a dress made of steel.
What are you at AC wise?
With the cloak and the dress, I'm at 16.
Nice.
What are you at, Germ?
With the high priest's cowl, I am at a 19. With my current shield.
I'll take the shield.
Yeah.
I was so proud of my 16.
Turns out Garm's wearing plate armor.
There we go.
All right. Who wants the ball?
I think that might be for you, my good sir.
All right.
Saren, just so you know, the animated shield does require attunement. The steel thread dress does not.
Oh, thank God, because I was gonna say actually I can't, because I'm attuned to 2 things right now, so I only get 3 slots, right?
3 max.
Cool. I'll attune to that shield, and I am full.
You have your ring, the water ring thingy? What
Yeah,
was
the ring and
The
the
shield.
cloak.
And the
Oh, right. Is my dwarven plate armor considered a tune needing?
I don't remember. Let me look it up.
A new
No, it does not.
item.
cool.
I have to admit though, I feel like my current arms give off the wrong impression about me, because it occurs to me that, magically speaking, I'm currently outfitted with a snare ball and a racist bow.
Not the racist bow.
Oh, dude.
And I do not like the vibes that my arms and armament is giving off. I have to admit.
There's only so much we can do.
I'm aware. I am of that. Oh,
You can't help those
and of course,
who don't want to help themselves.
the spooky amulet, which I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop on that, or the spooky skull bracelet.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
I
Um,
haven't. I got I have 67 marked beside it for some reason, and I don't know why.
Garm, can I pull you aside for a moment?
Aren't you like
Sure.
miles away?
No, we're all the way back. We're coming back to the teleporter.
Oh, you okay? We did regroup.
Yeah, we
Yes.
got them. Dakota said it was like 2 days
Okay.
to get the mounts, come back, and then make our way back to the teleporter.
Correct.
So I know a while back. It seems kind of difficult to tell how far back exactly at this point, but like a week or two ago, you cast that ritual spell to find the origination of an item or ask a question or something about that. I recall we put a pause on continuing those, and I was hoping to just get an update on how you're feeling about that right now.
Well, if you will recall, it was because I was spoken to by a being of our my people's sort of origin myth story, uh, that was a being of great evil and destruction.
Understandably uncomfortable.
So
We did that.
really, I'm not too keen to continue contact with that being, if at all possible.
Do you, when you cast spells, do you always contact that being? I thought it was more of a divine nature than.
Indeed, and that is the primary source of my trepidation in trying to commune with Unash. It seems that that communication line, so to speak, has been leaked somewhat to Biral as well. I think there will most likely always be a chance that instead of connecting to uh, the Mother of Feasts, that I might be connected to the other instead. So it is not so much a risk that I am avoiding for my own benefit, but rather my desire to not encounter or cause a disaster like we saw at Mir and Mord.
No, that does make sense. Do you think simply by contacting this person we may start another chain of events that something like happened at Weird Mord?
Honestly, I really have no idea. But I'm not keen to uh, poke the bear, so to speak.
It makes sense. I'm not trying to
If
push you to do anything. I
if
was curious.
if it is a request of great need, like this is information that we have to progress, then I am willing to poke the bear. But in terms of something we might be able to research otherwise, I think that is our better bet for the time being.
It's more of a personal curiosity than I think any matter of great importance right now. Um. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't have a ton of experience with rituals or contacting a great number of divine beings, but if there is a way that you feel like you might be able to explore the consequences of this connection without getting hurt, and there's any way that I can assist with that, please, keep me in mind.
Indeed, I will do so.
Your new staff's gross, by the way. I'm gonna walk away. It's
Then
got
you
bugs
did
all
nothing
over it.
wrong.
It's got bugs
Oh.
all over it. I'm not.
You said-
No, it's nasty.
When you said staff, I thought you meant like employees. Your new staff,
Finnegan's
meaning
weird,
Finnegan.
guys.
He's long gone, by the way. He is dust.
No, I kept casting it, so he's still up.
Okay. Hell yeah.
God damn you.
I like him.
Eventually,
him too.
you guys rejoin at the Rune Gate, and head back to Opolos.
I think so.
Yes, sir.
You make your way through the Rune Gate into that world between worlds, and eventually
As one does.
find yourself back at Othalos. The mysterious stranger that you met the last time you passed through the rune gates is not there.
Good, I didn't like him.
Yeah.
Find yourself
Alright.
back in Othalos, fresh with a wagon full of loot and magical items.
Perhaps we should throw a tarp or something over that.
Yeah,
before
I was just thinking that.
raiding through town. Yeah, actually, wait. We have like our proper wagon now, right? Because we brought the big
Oh,
boy,
that's
the
covered.
Triceratops.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, cool. So we have like the
Yeah.
covered version.
Yeah,
All right.
you abandoned your sled. your bone and rotted wood sled.
Well, we can't abandon the sled. We still got to bring the giant skull.
Yeah,
That's true.
That's true. People are really gonna
it's
like
hitched
that. I
onto
think.
the back of the original trailer, and it's following along.
I was
with
like,
it.
we do have a full car. Hopefully, it can go in there too.
We can decorate the tavern with it.
Ooh.
Actually, as we leave the forest, before we go in, I will cast Turn Undead, and I will destroy Finnegan.
Cool. He explodes into
I'm
bone
just-
shards.
Ethan again.
Sorry, friend.
Well,
Hopefully, some amount of peace you'll find now.
We should bury him.
He's dust.
He's dust.
We should bury the dust. I stand by.
I
What?
collect Finnegan's bone dust in a jar.
Nice.
Awesome. Eventually,
All right.
you guys make your way back to the outskirts of Othalos. Head back to your mansion. And finally, rest after a arduous week-long journey. What was originally supposed to be a scouting mission turned into an assassination attempt.
Assassination to success.
It's
Yeah.
true. Very true.
A lot more than attempted.
You're now left with the idea of what to do next. With the ever-present mission issued by Seneca to Saren to go and cleanse an altar to your northwest. This strange eclipsing visions of nose of his past. The threat of the Mournbringers coming towards the town of Othalos and what their plans may be.
Don't forget the dragon date.
The lost
Dragon Bait.
elven and dwarven colonies still out there waiting to be awakened. The presence of Biral interfering with Garm's worship of Unosh. And now a dragon has stirred far to the north in the empty dunes. That's where we're going to leave things off. That's where we're going to leave things off. Thanks for playing, you guys.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for everyone who was
Yeah.
watching. Have a
Thanks,
great
y'all.
week. Have happy holidays. Happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, New Year's, anything that you celebrate. Have a great holiday season.
Or anything you don't celebrate as well.
Yeah, any regular happy Monday
All the
as well.
things that don't get celebrated.
Dakota, should you
Today's
mention that
Sunday.
we're not going to
Okay.
be playing the next couple?
Yes.
We'll be seeing them in 3 weeks.
Yes. So we're not gonna be playing next week because
Yeah, next
that's
year.
Christmas Day. We're also not gonna be playing the Sunday after that because that will be New Year's Day. So the next time you're gonna see us is going to be on the 8th of January. That Sunday.
Woo!
Have a great
See
winter,
you
everybody,
next week,
and we'll see you
y'all.
soon. Good night.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.